Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a look at Cyberverse Adventures Deluxe Dinobot Swoop. I really like this design and interpretation of this character this time around, which makes me so happy to have found her at TK Maxx at half price earlier today. I'm also happy that she's kept her in-show design here in toy form instead of the concept art that Bumble Swoop used. Now let's get the size comparison out of the way. Here she is next to Dinobot Slug. She is a bit shorter than he is, and here she is next to my only other Cyberverse Dinobot, Tiny Turbo Changes Grimlock. She does come with one weapon, which is a sword that looks super close to Swoop's G1 sword. There's a peg on the side for storage. For a Cyberverse Deluxe, she is quite well articulated. Her head is just on a swivel, there is some up and down on the neck, but it's mainly for transformation. So while functional, it doesn't really look the best in action. Her arms are on another swivel, it can rotate 360 degrees. There's a swivel at the bicep, the side of her shoulders lift up to make way for outwards movement in the arm. Over 90 degrees on the bend at the elbow. There's a wrist swivel, and quite surprisingly, her fingers are articulated as well. And her wings can unfold and displayed in a more splayed out manner if you'd like. Because of the transformation, she doesn't have a waist rotation, but her legs kick up 90 degrees, there's a swivel at the thigh, kicks out all the way, knees bend at 90 degrees, and there's also a swivel at the toe and an up and down hinge as well. She also has quite sturdy heels to support the weight of her wings. I was quite surprised by her opening fingers, similar to how I was surprised by Slug's secret ab crunch. And with all the articulation, she could pull off a few cool poses. And to transform her, it's quite simple, it's the basic Swoop transformation. So her head tucks into the cavity in her chest, the head crest lines up with the yellow head and tabs into place, and tab the sides of her chest that lock the dino head into place in robot mode. And swing the dino head up, fold the side chests in, and there's a trench where you tab them in. Straighten her arms and rotate her fists so the outside of her hands face forwards. Turn her around and unfold her wings, then we move on to the leg transformation. First move the tail out of the way, then you'll need to fold the heels up, then unpeg the red tab on her leg, and that unlocks a joint at the back of her calves. Bend that 90 degrees, bend the knees 90 degrees, and there's a peg on the legs that go into a port on her back. Rotate her toes 180 degrees and tab them into place. Do the same for the other side. And once legs are in place, place the fists into the cavity on the legs and they will stay there quite firmly. Since I have her in a flying pose, I do bend her dino feet out more, and there you have Swoop in her dino mode. Her sword can peg into her fist for storage in alt mode. Articulation is quite basic in this mode. The mouth opens quite wide, her dino head can look up and down, but it's a matter of fiddling with it to make her look as natural as possible. The wings, as mentioned before, have 3 points of articulation, allowing quite a significant bend on all the hinges. she can also be in a not flying pose, I guess, but it doesn't look as good as her flying pose. The dino legs are on hinges, the base of the tail is on a hinge, and the tail itself is made of a softer material, allowing it to be quite flexible. In Dino mode, the core robot is about the same size as Dinobot Slug lengthwise, but placing Slug on top of Swoop just shows how wide her wingspan is. I do love Swoop's character, and I'm super happy that Hasbro has actually gone and made a figure of her before they ended the Cyberverse lineup. I've had a blast taking her pictures with Slug and hope to complete the Cyberverse Dinobots in the deluxe scale. She's also available now on Hasbro Pulse, but at a normal price, so I was super happy to find her half price at TK Maxx. So happy hunting. As always, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, it'll be very appreciated. So stay safe, happy April Fools, and goodbye.